Alright, BLM here. It's time for another video. This is going to be my PS1 collection. This is going to be a two-part video. I have 56 games for PS1. I'm going to do 28 in the first and 28 in the second. There are like 4 stacks of 14 games, so I'm going to get through the first 2 stacks in this part and the next 2 stacks in the second part. And some of these games I have not played, like 10 to 15 I have not played. So yeah, some of them I'm going to say, like, I haven't played it, but, yeah, I'm going to talk about the ones that I have played, and, yeah, let's just get started. The first game is, oh yeah, all these are in alphabetical order. Actually, all my collection videos are in alphabetical order, because that's how I store my collection, but, first game is 007 Racing. Pick this up for 50 cents at Play 'N Trade, and tell the truth, it's not a good game. I mean, it is complete, obviously. Yeah, it's basically a driving game where you get to shoot. It's not really a racing game, but it is a driving game where you just like shoot the enemies and stuff like that. It's very mediocre. And tell the truth, if you're looking for like a good game, don't buy this because this is a pretty mediocre. Like, this is just a cash-in. Like, they're trying to just get money from the 007 license after GoldenEye and stuff like that by making this game, and yeah, not really worth a purchase if you plan on buying it for, like, actually playing it. Next up, Alundra 2 for the PS1, obviously, which I have not played this yet. I really want to, though, and it is complete, I think. I'm not sure. It comes with a manual, and then it comes with a disc, but I don't know why it's a dual case. Like, was there supposed to be like a map or something that came with it? I don't know. But Alundra 2, I hear it's a really good RPG. It's a sequel to Alundra, which was which was also on the PS1, but it was published by Working Designs. The sequel was published by Activision, and both of them are basically like action RPGs that have a main focus on puzzles and stuff like that, which in my opinion sounds really interesting. So I really want to play this sometime. Just haven't had the time yet, because I've been trying to catch up on other games that I've picked up over the months and just haven't played yet. Like, I've been recently playing actually a lot of Vanquish and Mojo and stuff like that, like some more obscure games. But let's get on to the third game here. Beyblade Let It Rip, published by Crave Entertainment. Really mediocre game. I picked this up because I'm a fan of the Beyblade anime. Well, at least I was as a kid. And this is actually one of the only PS1 games I had as a kid. And this is a really bad game. It's yeah, do not pick it up. Blaster Master Blasting Again, another Crave Entertainment title, which most Crave games aren't that good because Crave focuses on budget titles. They have made some good games like Mojo and like the Tokyo Extreme Racer series, and this is actually one of them. Blaster Master Blasting Again is a pretty good game. It's kind of disappointing that Sunsoft didn't make any more 3D Blaster Master games, because I actually really enjoy this one. There are some gripes, like loading times really piss you off, and there's no targeting system, which could have been fixed. But I hope they make another one, which seems very unlikely now, since they're going towards downloadable games. Like they have one on WiiWare, like Blaster Master Overdrive or something like that, Override or something like that, which was 2D. So it doesn't look like we're going to get another 3D one, but I really hope we do. This one I got for free from a friend. Casper Friends Around the World. Mediocre platformer. I only played it like for 2 seconds. Like really, literally like for 10 minutes, then quit. Very terrible game. One of my favorite games on the PS1, if not my favorite game. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What to say about this game? Amazing, amazing game. It's like, I know before I said that Dawn of Sorrow was my favorite Castlevania game, but after playing this, because at the time I didn't put that much time into Symphony of the Night, now I've played it for like 5-6 hours around there, and I have to say that this is probably my favorite Castlevania now. I really enjoy this game. Great classic for the PS1, and yeah, awesome platformer. Well, sort of like with RPG elements, I should say. This game is I don't have the case for. Most games that I don't have the case for, usually I don't buy PS1 games without the case. So like all the ones that I don't have the case for, I got for free, and this is one of them. Actually, this one I didn't get for free. I paid like 25 cents for it, so 25 cents, disc only. I don't really care. It's a collection of classic Activision. Wait, a collection of Activision classic games for the Atari 2600. It has like Atlantis, Pitfall, what else? Ice hockey, stuff like that. Great compilation. This game I was excited to pick up, and I don't know why, but when I did, like in January. Cool Borders 2. I was excited because I never played a Cool Borders game, and I played it, and not the biggest fan. I don't enjoy it, and like it just seems. I mean, it might be because it's like really outdated, but yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan. Didn't have fun with that, but I do hear the series is pretty good, so maybe it's just me. Next up, a great series for the PS1. Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot Warp, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Great platformers for the system. Naughty Dog really knows what they are doing when they make their games. They haven't really made a terrible game. Like, the worst game that they've made is probably Jack X, or whatever that was called, that racing game. But overall, they have a good resume, making great games. They currently are making the Uncharted games, which are some of my favorite games of all time. And I can't wait for Uncharted 3, but yeah, these three, great platformers. And to continue on with the Crash series, going with Crash Bash, which I have not played, but it's like a party game. It's basically like Mario Party, but with Crash characters, so I really want to give this a try. Seems like a pretty fun game. And at the end of the first act, I have Croc Legend of the Gobos and Croc 2. Two great PS1 titles. Yeah, I'm gonna get this. This is better. It shows the games and the back. Some great PS1 platformers. Well, at least the first one was. The second one, I'm not really the biggest fan of. The main reason I'm a fan of the first one is just because of nostalgia. Because I had this as a kid, and it was a lot like Super Mario 64, which is a good thing because that's my favorite game of all time. Just that the camera wasn't as good, and it had some other issues, but overall, it's pretty decent platformers. Time to get into the second stack here. Alright, right there's the second stack. I have Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX, which I have not played. It's it's basically like Tony Hawk on bikes, so yeah. Next game I don't know much about, but I did pick it up for 50 cents. It's Devil Dice by THQ, which is not really a good sign, but I picked this up for really cheap, and I can't freaking open this case. God damn it! For some reason this case is super hard to open, even with two hands. Yeah, really, looks like a really unique puzzler. I have not played it, but I have no clue what it's about. But apparently it's a puzzle game, so. Oh, I hate this game. This is probably my least favorite game of all time. Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, but this game is. It's crap. I made a review about this. It wasn't really a review. It's just me saying, "Oh my God, this game sucks." But and I've been getting comments that are saying back when this originally came out, for the PS1 in Japan, it was an awesome game, which I don't know. I didn't play the original Japanese version, but in my opinion, the US version not really that great. Mediocre fighter. This game. Oh my God. Gran Turismo. Oh my God, I hate this game. I don't really hate it, but it's just that I don't like simulation racers, and I do not enjoy this game. But something I do have to say is that the manuals. Look at the manuals of this game. This is only the first manual. Look how thick this is. I mean, holy crap. It's humongous. But that's just the first manual. Look at that. And then, like, they made it a dual case just because of the manuals. Like, what the hell? And the second one is even bigger. Like, what the hell? Decent racer if you're a fan of simulators. Another great series right here, Grand Theft Auto 1 and Grand Theft Auto 2. What to say? They're not as good as Grand Theft Auto 3 as the PS2 trilogy, but still fantastic games. They do have their issues, but still must-haves for the PS1 in my opinion. Next up, a game I have not played, Grind Session. I picked this up recently. The main reason I picked this up is because of the skateboarding game published by Sony, which I did not know that existed. So, picked this up to give it a try. Just haven't had the time yet. Looks sort of like Tony Hawk, so. Alright, coming close to the end of the episode. Hydro Thunder for the PS1. Awesome game. Hydro Thunder is one of my favorite arcade games. Because I used to play it a lot as a kid. And I used to play the Dreamcast version a lot. The PS1 version is pretty good. Not as good as the Dreamcast version. And I used to have the N64 version, but if I remember right, that wasn't the greatest version. But yeah, Hydro Thunder, really great game. This game was in my last collection update, and I will never play this to tell the truth, but I picked it up for dirt cheap. That is Era Motorsports Drag Racing. It's Bethesda. It's published by Bethesda, which is the only reason I picked it up. It's a racing game. I sadly have not played this next game, which I really want to, and that is the King of Fighters 99. I hear that this is actually, surprisingly, a good port of the King of Fighters game from Neo Geo. Yeah, here's pretty good. I really want to give it a try. Just haven't had the time yet. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. If you don't, I believe I say this before, but this is one of my favorite PS1 games. It's an awesome action adventure game. It was also re-released on the Dreamcast like a year later, which is the better version. But still, this was the original and really fun action adventure game. Great series. I want to pick up the second one, just haven't found it anywhere. This game is disc only because a friend of mine gave it to me. So, Lego Island 2, Bricks' Revenge. I have not played it, and I don't really plan to. Only 2 more games in this part. Yay! I'm actually getting through these fast because I actually really want to make my episodes shorter because recently I've been making a whole bunch of 15-minute and up videos, but I want to make them shorter. But next up, Medal of Honor. One of the best shooters on the system. I'm actually I'm not really a humongous fan, but I am a fan of the Medal of Honor series. I'm not really the biggest fan of the new one that came out for the 360 PS3, but all the ones before that I am. I'm actually more of a Medal of Honor fan than a Call of Duty fan, surprisingly. Great shooter, feels a lot like GoldenEye Perfect Dark, which is an awesome thing. And last game here, for this part, is Mobile Light Force, which is published by XS, which they did some really weird stuff. Mobile Light Force and Mobile Light Force 2 are actually not even, in Japan, they're not even called that. Mobile Light Force is just a port of, oh yeah, and also both games have the same cover, this, Charlie's Angels cover, which has nothing to do with the game. But, the first one, this is a port of Gunbird. I believe it's Gunbird. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive it's Gunbird in Japan. So, yeah, and the second one's a port of Castle Shikigami. What the hell, XS? What the hell are you thinking? But, yeah, Mobile Light Force, I have not played it. I really want to, but it's a great shooter. So, yeah, that's part 1 of my PS1 collection, and stay tuned for part 2. Going over those games in the next part, so yeah. Stay tuned for part 2.